Good evening and welcome. Finally, we get a chance to be together again. And I've listed, just have my page pulled up, but the name is not going to be, the check is not going to be as authentic reality now. I wanted to get back to this important season that we're in. We're in a very important season. And I have so much knowledge that I like to have you think about authentically, because this is a very important time for everyone who is here on the planet. All of the changes that you see, regardless of whether you hear upheavals, we've always heard of violence, we've always heard of racism, we've always heard lots of negative things, but at the same time, there is a release of a lot of authentic and true information that will enrich your life when you take advantage of that. All of these things are happening for the betterment of this planetary system and your life stream, the time that you're spending here. So I want you to go outside, especially on Monday, and just breathe in the new flow of all things and learn to reconnect with moments in nature. I don't mean just, go into the playground, but your backyard. Sit in a corner and be thankful and look up and realize this is one great planetary system with a series of living, sentient, kind creatures of life created by the same creator that created you, the same collective that created you, the same source of radiant essence who is always the source of all things. Just ask yourself to allow yourself to become clear. It's all about allowing. A lot of times we take things and we just nod our head, amen, amen. You go along with stuff that you really haven't done your due diligence and checked to find out, is that something that's applicable and is that authentic truth? You want to be 100% authentic because you were created from that which is authentic. So as you're doing that, taking time to just stop and not sit there and allow the ARS. What's ARS? Automatic response system, which is built in, and it is there for a purpose. It is not a bad thing. What's a bad thing is when you allow something to continually run rather than reviewing every new situation as what it is, new. Every minute is a new minute because you've never had that moment before. There is nothing to fear. The ignorance of authentic waves of light is the cloaking device of ancient days to keep misery, fear, and division among the masses. You contain a strong vibratory connection to authentic truth. Yes, you do. Many times you deny it because you've been given many other things that were religious truth, but not necessarily absolute truth for you and the authentic blueprint that you have inside. You're here for an important mission to co-create and be the voice of authentic truth. Each being has a role to play, partakers of light to build the current ascension. Ascension, what do we mean? Going higher. How do you go higher? Gaining better knowledge, better resources, better understanding, that just as the tide flows in and out and that there are changes that you have no control over, there are many changes that you do because you receive and align yourself on the inside. When we do this, we're opening both the galactic womb and Gaia, Mother Earth, to pour massive knowledge, ability, and power. All sentient kind are here for this universal seeding. When I mean seeding with your knowledge and your power, because you know that you contain a blueprint. You contain many wonderful treasures and keys already inside of you. It's how you access them and connect with Source. When I say source of radiant essence, I mean the one who is creator of all things, this entire universe, and we are to be in unity and oneness. I didn't say we had to say play kumbaya and hold hands. We are to be accepting of others. We are to learn, and many things are just for you to experience and be able to go forth in that, because the pure stream of love that's inside of you is the thing that is going to cause you to be able to even continue as aware and awakened. Yes, you wake up every day, but I don't mean that. I mean deep within inside of you, uncovering what you have and not just believing and taking your cue from the outside. You have to first go in and do some work within you, and you have to tell yourself, I allow myself to find out my authentic truth. Everything I want is to be authentic, and that's how you become powerful. That's how you discover things, because you move out of the way all of the junk that was fed to you. Okay? Well, this is not a time of hatred. So what we're doing, when you do that, you'll begin to break the domination and control of the power over structure that wants to control your personal life, what you do, what your habits are, where you go, and to keep you mindfully and in fear, thinking the only way that this can happen is this. We were created by the source who has all possibilities and all potentials. You are a creature who makes choices, thoughts, actions, consequences. But we have to look at the big picture. Stop denying the reality of things that you really need to know to be effective as the person you are, the mother you are, the father you are, the brother you are, and a co-creator and co-contributor upon the planet. You are here as the highest sentient kind to resolve every issue. Not become a martyr, not with violence, not with hatred, not with domination where, oh, now we're in charge, so we lock everybody up, doing the same thing that the others did. That's not the answer. That's repetition of the same pattern. Control of a power over structure, and it's a structure that was built for something else that has been spread for thousands of years. The way that we do that is with fear. The way that we do that is with separation. The way that we do that is agreeing with things without doing due diligence. You don't have to accept everything that you accept. So, the illusion is fading. That's why you see truth and then alternate truth. You see facts and alternate facts, because the curtains are coming down more and more. So why do you think Source would allow you to have all of this different information if he didn't want you to have this? Or the collective, or divine male, divine feminine, however you describe the power that was the creative force that caused all of this to be. So let's get over that thinking that good is good and bad has to be demonic from somewhere else. Yin and yang are together. Black and white are together. It doesn't mean one is good or bad. It's the way that each and every one of us were changed. You have to be carefully taught and groomed to be hatred. You have to be groomed to be a racist. You have to be groomed to believe that this particular group is the only group that's going to receive. And it's a mind game that they play. If they can keep you lulled in your mind to think every day you're supposed to just work, just do this. When you get 50, you're going to have the heart trouble, or either if you're in excellent health, then, things are going to go down. Why? Who says that? No one has control over your authentic blueprint in your life but you. How you connect. So let's get away from illusions and understand this is not a time to throw anyone under the bus and say, they told me that and all that wasn't true. This is correct. Now you know that it wasn't. You don't hate the person, because a man or woman can only give you what they know to be true. They were taught that. Someone before them taught that. Even when the truth was available to them, they didn't accept it. They liked their doctrine because they could take a doctrine, a dogma, a set of rules, a set of bylaws, and create within themselves and tell you this is from Creator, this is from God, this is from above, this is this, and that was not true. And you see that all of our history books need to be rewritten to be authentic truth. Now, that illusion is fading, and here's another illusion. I want you to be authentic and understand. Many of you have various religions that you keep, but let's make sure you understand. You are not sent here to be a separatist, a monk, or anything else. You're not here for that, or you wouldn't have the brain and all that you need, the tools in order to make the change. You weren't here to just go along. So stop doing that, because that's the way cattle are prodded and put into pasture. You're not cattle. Sound, vibration, and light. Begin to send sound. Just touch your heart. I want you to think about the Heart Math Institute and Greg Braden. Science and spirituality are two sides of the same coin. Knowledge, geometry, physics, quantum mechanics, all of those things, sacred geometry, biogeometry, are all parts of the same universe and came from the same master collective intelligence that created you. No matter what you want to label it. And let's stop being hateful against others who use different names and different titles. It all depends on who you were and what you received in order to attempt to connect with higher power. Okay, so let's get over that saying you're better because you know this or that. If you're still believing in left behind, then I am so sorry. We'll go deeper in that. Sound of your voice, that sound that you have, the vibrational frequency of your heart space, your breathing, everything has a frequency that has been documented through every medical test you've ever had. When they have you breathing in and out, they're listening, and you see the EKG or the CAT scan. What do you think is moving that? You have a vibrational frequency inside of you. That is the key connector to your creator. Sound, vibration, light. The three components that from which anything was created when you see it. And there was light and the earth was. So I want you to begin to place your hand, if you are not a person who meditates or chants. It's what you set your mind on. If you are thinking about connecting with your creator, you just that's the sound that any astronaut would tell you home. It's what is made when you're entering the Earth's atmosphere. So sound came from your creator. There's not a demonic sound unless you decide to send up a negativity. The same way as when you do hatred, racism, cursing, all those things help to fuel the negative power over domination and control. Now, this is a new age. So don't start saying, oh, I don't like new age. The ending of one age is the beginning of another. And through your history books, there have always been ages. So get off that. Stop concentrating on molehills and making them into mountains. Okay? Semantics. I don't want to hear about that. You are to be learning about you. Authentic you. Not the one that they say you are at all. We're to be sending forth all loving emanations of unity and love. This will light the narrow path and cause it to grow wider and more brilliant when more and more people see it isn't about following what used to be in the now. Remember, we are all created by the presence that is always present. Now, colors. Simple. This is how you get over that. All the colors of the rainbow are a symphonic frequency. The darkest, the deepest tones of black are not divisive or destructive. They are the platform for all the other streams of the high and low pitch tones found within sentient kind. That's us. And darkness is required for growth. Darkness is required for many things that are positive. Let's stop assigning something to one particular group. Okay? Sentient kind. That's what we are. We're known as a collective. You're already endowed, let me repeat that, with everything, with all the abilities to transform and totally annihilate the old system. All of us are worthy of our authentic abundance. Abundance to flow to you in every way you want. There is no limit when it is unlimited possibility and unlimited potential. You have been taught about various streams, and we all fell into that because the power over domination control spectrum created it that way. Again, all of us are worthy of authentic abundance, abundance of knowledge, abundance of truth, abundance of love, abundance of health. All of these streams are coming to you, but somehow some of you tend to stick just because you know and you're accustomed to that. Do you know what that says? I'm stagnating. I don't want to change. But the wind, it's a bad wind that never changes. Everything changes. You're supposed to be current. But remember, you are from the presence that is always present. So that means that the present that is always present is in the now. In the now with you. So if you want good futures, you need to be making the great right now. The learning right now. The cleansing right now. Now. We live in the now. None of us are devoid of co-creative and co-contributive abilities where we all contribute. You don't have to have a doctorate of masters. What you have to do is allow and go within, become authentic, connect authentically, and you learn as you go because everything is in the now, correct? So you're learning it now. You learn as you do. You learn and grow that which you already have knowledge of. Breathing in your reality. Take a deep breath and focus your thoughts on love and truth, authentic truth, not fake truth, partial truth, authentic truth. And then when you exhale, forcefully exhale whatever you don't want to keep. Anger. And it will work because you already are a minute replica of source that created you. Didn't leave you here to always have to run to someone else. We are here to grow and know together. You don't need a guru. You need a internal connection authentically. When you exhale, be thankful for life in the earth plane right now, despite what you may feel, want, or do. And know, this is a powerful time for us. I want you to learn this word. Just fall out of agreement with negative things. Truly release all who have offended you. That's like carrying around poison and thinking, oh, if I could just pour this on them, it would never satisfy that because you know you're holding it on the inside. Truly release and learn how. That's what authentic reality is all about. You're going to grow as you allow the seeds of crystalline, and yes, you do. Your pineal gland and your brain, this isn't something that's new. It is ancient, but it was pushed to the side because of organized religion, not teaching you. Remember, you grow from the inside out. From the inside out. You started inside first. So crystalline alignment it's the greatest thing that's going to emerge in spite of the well-placed alchemy of non-authentic sensationalism. There's great alchemy, and then there's the alchemy of non-authentic sensationalism. What do I mean by that? What do you see on your television screen? Haven't you noticed you are groomed to view sensational acts, spending so much time tending to an illusion? Come away from Kim Kardashian, watching her getting her body that she bought, Wendy Williams sitting up giving you learn to just listen to idle gossip, which does not further your life in any way, but it lulls you like sheep into. There's so many things that are inside of you that need to come out that will be great and beneficial to your abundant flow for your life. Yes, we can watch some entertainment, but let's make sure we don't put ourselves on the back burner. Remember, Wendy Williams and Kim Kardashian have a job to do. So why fill your mind with those things that bind and blind? Because they bind you to that time slot that they're on and blind you to other things that are going on around you that are far more important for you. And it lulls you into what? AB. What is AB? Addictive behavior. Addictive behavior patterns, seeking to know what has been craftily devised as news. Stop giving away your power. This is an insult to your intelligence. Would you want someone just speculating on your love life, marriage, etc.? This is a deep dive into third dimensional mentality, and 3D is the low of the low. Low of the low. How low can you go? Do you realize the message you portray by giving continual time and attention to destructive behavior? Remember Clint Eastwood did a movie called For a Few Dollars More. And it was showing that if a person decides, remember the consequences you have are based on your actions and your thoughts. I'm trying to pull you away from that to get in the center. So when you're having fun, you can have fun knowing that your light, your center, your authentic blueprint, who you really are and what you're really supposed to do, you are firm in that. And when you have your power like that, no one can take it away from you. Unless you're just giving it away. And he showed a very clear portrayal of how we allow life to imitate art rather than art imitating life. You are saying, when you do these things, my only universal flow is low and driven by greed. You like to see just, they're making the money. They're getting the money. They're getting this. They're getting that. They're getting the attention. And do you know that you're teaching your offspring to follow a path of degradation? Think on that. When you ascribe to this flow, all that you are, soul, spirit, body, and energy, is sown into that negative stream. Just like you're watching a movie, when you're watching that show or listening to that show and taking in all that garbage, remember, you're taking it in, internalizing it. The negative stream of domination and control. They're saying we can lull them into sleep. They're not going to do anything about finding out who they are and growing and knowing that we can have our life. How long you live is how you live. And how do you get the knowledge to know what your creator wants for you personally? It's not about watching her or them or that. And then you turn around and support, there she looks so pretty. It's Kylie's birthday, 17, and she's got makeup on sale. Big deal. Doop-de-doop. Ooh, giving money power over you instead of you understanding the stream of resources. Remember, abundance is abundance. There isn't limited abundance. We are limited in our mindset. The stream of separation and division is made greater when you lull yourself into those cradles. you give it greater validity. You are aligning with the negative and don't even know it. You are telling people everywhere, I would rather be entertained by culture than find my authentic truth, my authentic light. That's exactly what you're saying. Your actions show what you are. Once abundance flows, you're saying this is the only place that you can get abundance. You got to be naked. You got to buy your breasts. You got to buy your butt. There's nothing wrong with you managing your life, but make sure you're not just managing the appearance, because that's when you see people commit suicide and have this great falling away because of what they placed all their time, their attention to. The more you shun ignorance, say, nope, this is ignorant. I'm not going to teach my daughter to sit up and watch this mess, because you know children emulate. They do what you do, not what you say. And they remember very well what you do. The more you allow and have an open connection to your Creator, who is the source of radiant essence, which means it radiates all the time, just like the sun. That's why I want you to connect with nature, because this is the planet from which we came. The elemental resources that are in the soil, everything is beneficial for us. The source of radiant essence that radiates through the sun each day and the moon each night. This isn't idol worship. That's a part of the space from which you were created, from the same Creator. You're to value that light. You're to value those stars. You're to value those planets. You are to value people the same way. You created no one. Let's get that straight. I am a mother of two. Who is the Creator that allowed me to partner as the incubator and the steward of life form? Allowed me to partner because He didn't really need me. He designed the divine feminine expression to connect with the divine male expression. And in that atmosphere, you know that a child can be created from the moment of inception. That life form is given to you to steward, to help them grow and learn on this planet. We all do the best we can, but now we can do even better, because in the now, there's more information, more opportunities, more things where we can identify problems, we can identify the great things in our children, and we can fix them. You are accessing the stream of daily light and reinforcement. That should be reinforcement to you. You shouldn't even need a person. You don't need anyone to plan a clock to tell you when it's time for you to meditate, when it's time for you to send forth light and blessings and love, and listen to receive, because you've got the sun that's up there all day saying, hey, I'm doing what I need to do, continually doing what I need to do, following the path that I'm supposed to. What are you doing? Just learn to allow yourself to receive and listen for your authentic truth each day. You have no need for anything. If the sun is in the sky, say, Creator Source, I allow your renewal today. I want to be renewed today, authentically renewed. I want to break away anything that is not the truth that I have held from whatever time period. Fill me with authentic truth. Give me the evidence of my path of light, knowledge, and oneness. Pour into my crystalline core the sound, the vibration, the light that endows me with dimensional acuity. Look at my video called Dimensional Acuity. you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You seeing what you need to see, still being active in the world. Didn't say you become a monk and run away to India and live under the banyan tree. No, I didn't say that. I mean you, where you are right now, becoming so aware and say, wow, I've been focusing on this when I need. So no need to beat you up. Guess what? I forgive you. Okay, you're Catholic? I forgive you. All right. Everyone, you are forgiven. Don't hold that. Just say, you're not lost. You're not displaced. You're not forgotten. You are a co-creator of this golden age. What are you doing to co-create? It starts with you. I want you to abandon all FBI. What is FBI? Fear-based initiatives or negativity. Oh, I can't be nice to those people because they do da 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 da. Everybody? Really? Seriously? No, love is the mainstream. Without having the love, that's why I know that many who say they are of God or of this religion or of that are not. They're of a doctrine of men, they're a doctrine of religion, but they're not about absolute authentic truth, because it's true right now. And without love, you are not of source, because that was the greatest outrageous love story of creation and allowing us to be here. You are light and love, ever-present truth. But when you say, I no longer will align myself with FBI, fear-based initiatives, I won't do that. And I forgive those who believe that you stand in fear that you have to in order to be accepted. I am free to choose. And I will never give away my power to anyone, to another organization, religion, violence, hatred, or destruction. I send forth a light of truth because I know that we can continue. We send forth love and light. Our energetic vibration is of oneness and equality. Universally. That's a universal law. So send no thoughts to terror or terrorism. Oh, that should be blown up. No. Cancel these illusions now, and you do that with your mindset. You set your mind and your heart together. Do you know the one, the source, place that created you knows what's inside of you? So when you are sending forth, and say you are, we know the effects of that. Send no thought anymore to terror. Cancel those illusions. We say, nope, I don't want any part of that. We are all changed. We are the changers of this world when we are authentic. We renew our sacred and sovereign core daily. Surround yourself. You speak your power into your atmosphere. I say I am sacred. I am sovereign, which means I am the king or queen of my domain. This is my domain. Everywhere I go, where my frequency within these 40 feet, or how many ever science says, that is my domain. And I set what is received in my domain. If UPS comes to your door with a package for John Brown and John Brown doesn't live there, you're not to accept that package. That package isn't for you, correct? So it's the same way when you get into a television program or listening, you have to learn how to divide. This I receive, that I do not. You're saying I only want authentic truth. I want to connect with those who are about authentic truth. Sacred and sovereign is what I say. I'm sacred and I'm sovereign wherever I go. My vibrational light is positive of love and truth, unity, healing, and wholeness for all. I send forth my light, my vibration to that. Okay. What are we thinking about? A lot of times, just the regular stuff. The bills, the car, the this, the that. Obvious, outside, sources. Obvious, outside distractions. Important, take care of them, leave it alone. Because when you're searching you're going to see that you can find ways to be productive, positive, and see that that stream will grow inside of you. Authentic freedom. We all want what we define as freedom to travel, learn, living life as we choose in every arena: career, family, travel, wealth, knowledge, longevity. Our dream state, our desire state, our reality checks requires authentic and continual effort. It isn't going to happen. That's how you get lulled into, because you are a seeker. You're capital S. You are a seeker. Your core is seeking. And that's how a lot of times you receive lies, because you're seeking. Me too. You receive something that's false. So you have to make sure that you examine and don't allow those things to become a part of your life, that you're following something just to be part of a group. We often ride the waves, providing, performing. We perform at the job, you're supposed to, because they have to provide needs. And we get under pressure to increase, to gain more. If not for me, for him, or for them. This repetitive pattern of output causes postponement inside. You see, every day, this is how you have to look at everything from your domain. Remember, you're sacred, you're sovereign, you're whatever your name is. I'm sacred and I'm sovereign. I am connecting with authentic truth today. I'm going to do my best efforts. I'm going to follow the rules and regulations of my employer. But I remember, you're lending. Be in the lending business. I lend my body, my mind, my talents to this place because it provides for me X, whatever that is. But you don't give away your power and become a slave to anyone. Places of personal fulfillment. You console yourself and remain somewhere out there. Oh, I know I should be doing more for me, but I'm just going to listen to some old 80s from the 70s or whatever. I want you to remember this. No longer seek the O's. No longer seek the O's. Obvious outside sources. Don't just take something hook, line, and sinker. You're not a fish and just swallow it down. Take it and then examine it later. Remember, cultural doctrines, religious doctrines, dogmas of ancient times, power over systems, pay to play. Okay, if you want to be evangelist, you got to have a $250 this, that. Where is that? That's man-made. Dressing to impress. That system. Yeah, you can be free to dress beautifully, but make sure this is what you need to do. Shunning and judgment. You become really big when you get into these dogmas and these doctrines of shunning people. Oh, you're not going to blah, blah, blah. Well, remember, this is infinity. It looks like an 8 on its side. Infinity. You sit in the middle of all possibilities and all potential because you are from infinite creator, the source of radiant essence. Too big to be in one spot, too intelligent to only have one stream of light. There is no such thing as left behind. Judgment and shunning to be a part of a group to think that you're better and you're going. That's not Christianity. That's religion. That's a dogma. How will they know that you're mine? That word says. And that's just, remember, versions. Every time you look at one of those Bibles, it's got a version on there. Authentic truth is way back farther. Okay? Some truth, but it's been twisted and turned. So, wake up. Be authentic with yourself if you want authentic power. He's not looking at someone who is a pretender. When you shun and judge others harshly, it's wrong. You are creating class systems. Oh, we're the good religion. They're the bad religion. We're the good. Love, light, portals. Fill all of us with completion. So that's what you're trying to get. The love and the light. That it feels like a light when you begin to know knowledge causes you to gain when it's authentic truth. I said completion. Authenticity, having an authentic reality check, it brings you to completion. Not finish, not the end, because we are continually going forth. And you should happy to be relevant to every year, every day, every person, no matter what age they are. Oh, I'm 95. You're still here. You're not here to be a relic. You're here to be relevant, light, loving, kind, unity person. But this is the beginning of new enlightenment. Now, enlightenment means you're learning from many different streams. If it wasn't intended to happen, it wouldn't have happened. Synchronicity. Things happen in the time in which they should. Now is the time for you to start looking at some of those areas. Our Creator, the Source, the divine male or feminine, or God, isn't just sitting around waiting for an end. It wasn't like he was a baker, baked a cake and sat the cake there and the cake is just falling apart. Everything you see continues. The sun continues to shine because, continues to be in orbit because, eclipses have happened forever because, synchronicity, timing, what they're supposed to. God isn't sending in endings, but completions. You complete that. Okay, I completed 85, so I'm not trying to be in 1985 again. Just as you see the moon and the stars and the celestial presence stand boldly in the night sky, then connect to the frequency output resonance. What in this silent, beautiful display am I to learn and gain? And to respect. Connect to that output resonance and recalibration that unveils greater mysteries. And you will see when you are silent and quiet how things begin to fall apart, and it'll go, okay, that's the ARS, the automatic response system that you have attended to for a long time. There's nothing wrong with you having past memories stored, but some things are just blockages because they aren't truth, they aren't authentic. It's like carrying around dead fish. You have to learn to let go and be in the now. All these things will be unveiled. You are to start moving. Only moving as you're direct and guided by source to authentic completion of whatever it is. Completion of that anger, completion of that bad relationship, completion of that which offended you, hurt you, assaulted you, abused you, used you, that you weren't aware of, that you were aware of, that happened. Don't hold that. Release that. To where? Where do you release things? The spiritual court of equity for remedy and resolve. It's a spiritual matter. That's where you release it to. So I take my hands off that. And if it tries to come back out, ARS, automatic response system, is going to bring back automatic memory. Well, you know, when that happened, this is a street where such assaulted you. This is where No. I give that up. That's why you make your affirmations. You make your personal affirmation. I won't go there. And when you start replacing that lie with the truth, when you start replacing it with love, say, I send it there. The spiritual court of equity for remedy and resolve whatever my creator wants to do with that. I no longer hold that in me because I need my authentic truth, my authentic power, my authentic gifts to be made complete so that I can be the co-creator and co-contributor for the earth realm as I should be. What should I do? I'm here to be making a difference for all now and for all to come because I am a being of light. Allowing transition. That's another thing. Transit. You're going to drop some things, and guess what? The more calm and peaceful and loving you become, the stream of abundance opens to you because you now know how to handle it. And more you learn how to do so many things. You don't have to be a PhD. You just have to have an open heart, and nothing is allowed in you because remember, you're the king or queen of your domain. So nothing is allowed in you unless you allow it. You have to stay in now. Now is the present, and you are in the infinite flow of present, which means you're infinitely flowing now because the presence that is always present is with you, is surrounding you. You are the presence that is already present, a minute replica that you are to connect to find out what you need to do. All creation moves forward in a great momentum. It may look like some people are not moving, but some things move around them and they end up in that place anyway. So don't allow the stream of momentum to go forward without you grasping the changes that happen in the now. Agree to stay in the knowing. What's the knowing? The authentic truth. Examine things and take this and keep it. Other things, say, no, I reject that. That would not be a part of me, my family, my life, my methods, my actions. I won't do that. Ask for knowledge. Stay in the knowing of the now, embracing new knowledge without fear. Spirituality, sciences, same creator, same infinite intelligence, same mindset. Why? To make your life in the world better, not for you to say, oh no, I'm only going to do what they did 300 years ago. Beginning is one thing. Did you remain in kindergarten forever, or did you continue to go forth? That's very important for you to think about. Abandoning FBI, fear-based initiatives. Stop paying attention to OOS, obvious outside sources. Stop lulling yourself to sleep with degrading low things, because that is what you're putting into your heart, your mind, your spirit. All of that drama, you don't need that. There's enough drama in real life. The only reason those stuff is big is because people have addictive behavior patterns and they give it time and attention. More than 10 minutes, it's just mess. Understand and know. Ask yourself, be honest, not what someone else said. What do you think you should be doing? Where do you want to make a difference? Where do you want your life to be enriched and better? What? What is that? Where would you like to go? What would you like to learn? Remember, you are a living co-creator. I don't create anything because you haven't applied. Now's the time that so much information is coming forth. And I want you to make sure that you don't give your time and your attention and your days and your energy into things that do not produce for you. They don't produce love, kindness, abundance, and greater infinite knowledge of authentic truth. This is Cynthia Johnson with your authentic checkup for 9/10/2017. Remember, you are the spark of universal change. Together, we move forward in positive, or we stagnate in the negativity of the power over structure of domination and control. Break it now. Namaste.